Hello and welcome. This is Barbara from Vienna, Austria. And today, as you can probably see from the title, we are going to do a collaboration with my friend Elaine in the UK. Elaine is Chattylaine Creates on YouTube, and I will link her corresponding video down below. And she challenged me to make 3 items for our junk journals using this very cute, they call it 3D decoupage book, but it's actually like a die cut book. And she had sent me this, I think in December last year, and I've already used quite a lot of these die cuts. So she's definitely at an advantage because I don't think she's used any of these. But in any case, I happily accepted her challenge, and I'm very curious what she's going to make in her journal. And let's see what I can come up with for my journal. So let me give you a peek of the kind of images that are in here. They are all very, very wintry, which is a bit of a challenge for me at the moment because even though it's mid-February, it is about 10 degrees warmer here than it usually would be in February, and I'm longing for spring. So seeing all these wintry images is not what's in my heart at the moment. So I'm going to try to work with the images that are probably the least wintry, if I can manage. So I've already, oh, and by the way, this book is from The Works here. So maybe they have an online shop. I don't know. I don't know The Works at all since I'm not in the UK, but maybe you can get these online. But I don't know why you'd want to get this winter one now. Maybe they have a beautiful spring one. So it's not about having the same images that I have. I'm doing this to try to provide you with inspiration of using your own supplies. Now you might have a different kind of die cut book. You might just have images you don't know how to use. So hopefully with whatever I'm coming up with, you can do something similar in your journal with your own images. Let's see if I'm successful. I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing. So this is definitely one that is not wintry, so I might really have to use this one. And I love all the animals that they had in here. Yeah, this is too wintry. I don't think I'll be using this one. This is kind of like a journaling card. I can use this anytime. This is a cute little bird here. Adorable fox. Just love this guy. This one I think is, I mean, it's adorable, but I think it's too wintry for me at the moment. These I love, love, love. So I think I'm definitely going to be using these. And this is like another journaling card. So yeah, as I said, I have no clue what I'm going to be doing. Let's see. So I have seen in my junk journal that I have one children's book page in here which looks very wintry. So I thought, here, this one has these rabbits. This one looks like a snow bunny, I guess. And I thought, why don't we use this page as one of our pages, and then they will kind of maybe go together, because I don't think I'll be covering this one because I like the bunnies. So what I think I will do, since this one has like a pocket thingy, I will take this out very easily. Oops, taking out too much. Just want to take out this one music page. And I think what I will do is I will sew this pocket shut. Obviously, if you don't have a sewing machine and you want pockets like these, you can just glue it. This is just a music page that was too tall for my journal, so I just folded it up, and now they form 2 pockets if you close the sides. So I think that's great. what I'm thinking at the moment also is, instead of just leaving the pocket as is, I could kind of cut it down a little bit, because I don't know how big the item that I will put in here is going to be. So if it's going to be maybe a little smaller, then maybe it would be good to have a pocket that is a little smaller. So maybe I will just do that. So I'm just going to take my pencil and just mark where I think, or how I think it would work best. Yeah, so I'm just going to cut here with my paper trimmer, and then I'm just gonna sew up this little part over here, and then I will be back. Okay, so I've also inked around all of the edges before I sewed this together. So I now have this pocket, and I also already sewed this other pocket. I don't know yet what I will be doing with this page, but I thought it's good to close it in any case. All right, so now I can put this back into my signature. Okay, there we go. And now I still don't know what I'm gonna do, but it doesn't hurt to decorate this pocket maybe to start out with. And I thought for that we could use this little guy here, because I think he would fit very nicely right there. But I do also want to give him some sort of background. But first, of course, I'm going to ink him up with my Vintage Photo Distress oxide, although you cannot really see it, actually hardly at all, because it already has this kind of brown frame. But what it does is it hides the white edges of the paper, so that is already a good reason to do that. All right, now I thought maybe as background, one thing I always love using is this wonderful grid washi. I will link that in the description box. And maybe I'll take some other washi too, but I definitely want some of these. So I'm just gonna tear this. And maybe I'll use some of this scripty washi, which I will also link below. And I think I will also add some of this, which I will also link below. Yeah, I think that's good. So I will just glue him on top of the collage now. So for more inspiration for what to do with this pocket, why don't we look at Maud's prompts, which I have here in a folder in the back. I have a video on how I made this folder if you're interested, which I will link below. And I recall seeing this prompt, which I think is number 8. Yeah, number 18, which is always a good one, which is make a list of 10 things that you are grateful for. So that's easy enough to do. So why don't we make a journaling card and decorate the front with some of these pieces from the die cut book, and on the back we can make our list with things that we are grateful for. So first we need a base, and as a base I think I'm gonna take a blank cardstock, because I want to write on the back and I want to decorate the front, so I need both sides to be blank. So let me grab one of those. I will be using one of these scrap pieces that I have of the 200 GSM beige cardstock, and it fits perfectly into this pocket. So I will put my journal out of the way, and I'm going to make first a background with some of my scraps from my scrap drawer, which I have here. And I think I'm going to use this guy as my focal point somehow, and maybe we will find some more elements in this die cut book that I can kind of use to make a cluster. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll just use him, I'm not sure yet. So let me start just making a background. Okay, now that our base is covered, I'm going to round the corners just because I like that look. I will again link this corner rounder down below. And guess what's next? Yep, I'm gonna ink the edges. Okay, keeping in mind that he's going to be our focal point, I now want to go through my decoupage book and look what I could maybe use, like little die cuts that I could maybe use to make a cluster underneath him. But I do have to keep in mind not to put anything too dominant there, because I don't want it to take away from him standing out. So I think anything with color should work, because that would make him stand out more than he does now on this neutral background, probably even. So let's go through this and see what we can find and if any of this will work. So there's two colors in this die cut book. One is the turquoise and one is the pink. Normally I would go for pink, but maybe this time I'll go for turquoise just to do something a little bit different. So for example, we have these leaves. Maybe they would work. There's also this flower with leaves. There's this one here. This one as well. These are quite pretty as well. Maybe I'll take this one. All right, let's see what we can do with this. I will just zoom you in a little bit. Now I do also want to keep in mind that I have this one here. So when I put the card in the pocket, I wouldn't want him to be here, because I think that looks kind of weird when they're on top of each other. So what I want to do is I probably want him about there. So that is something to keep in mind. If you have something in a pocket, you have to see how it works as a whole and not just each element individually. So now I know where to place him. And so now we can play around with these elements a little bit, see if something will work. It's a bit much, huh? I don't know. It's too much for me. I do really like these. So that works for me until now. Oh, I like that. I kind of like that. That works too. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at that, not use this one. I kind of do like that a lot, actually. So the question is, do I ink these up or not? I don't think I will, because they are, I don't know. What is my explanation for not inking them? Because I really want him to stand out. I don't want these, I mean, they're already a different color, so they stand out by themselves. But I kind of want him to be the most dominant element, so I'm not actually gonna ink these up. So I'm just gonna glue everything on, and then I shall be back. So this is what it looks like when everything is glued down. I like that. It's totally something I would normally never do, so that's awesome. Going out of my comfort zone is always good. And then I thought this prompt here is a bit too small. The font is a bit too small because you wouldn't really see it here. So what I think I will do is I will use that as a title on the back. But for the front, I also wanted something here. So I had a look at my Tim Holtz Ideology Big Chat words, and I saw that there is one that says grateful. So that's perfect. So here's the grateful. I would have probably preferred it in white, but apparently I also already used the one in white, so I will use the black one. But I kind of wanted to have a background. I want to balance these colors by putting a similar color here. So going back to this die cut book, I think I will just use a little part of this paper and put it underneath the word. So I'm going to try to cut a piece out of that fairly straight if I can manage. It's probably too big, but I will start with this piece and then see how small we have to go. Oh, that might work actually. Just a bit too long. And this one I will ink because this is basically my second focal point. I do have this left over, so maybe I can add that one as well. I like it. So I will glue these two elements down as well. Okay, our journaling card front is ready or finished. And now let's move on to the back side, and I'm going to glue this prompt that I have already inked around. I will just glue that on the top here. And then I will write my list, and hopefully I will be able to write small enough so I can fit all 10 10 things that I'm grateful for without having to make another card. So let's see how this goes. So 1 is most definitely my health. Most important thing of all. 2 is going to be my loving hubby. That needs a heart. That definitely needs a heart. Okay, number 3 will be my BFF, with whom I walk regularly together with her dog, whose name is Tulumba, which is actually the name of a Turkish sweet. He's a Hungarian Vizsla, in case you're interested. While always having interesting conversations. Okay, number 4. Being able to follow my passion and sharing it with this channel, or through this channel, well, whatever. 5 would be each and every one of my wonderful subscribers, without whom I couldn't have this channel. So thank you so much. 6 is my wonderful viewers who leave me such kind comments. 7 is beautiful stationery and craft supplies. 8 is for spring to come soon. 9 is long walks at the beautiful Schönbrunn Palace Gardens. I was there again today. I just love it so much. And finally, number 10. 10 is for old and new friends. There we go. I had enough space. Yay. All right, so let's put this back into our journal. So this is what it looks like when it's in there. And I think that works out well. I don't think it needs anything on top here because it's beautiful music paper. And I really like this page. Love how that turned out. Yay. Next, I really want to use this little strip here, and I think this is predestined to become a belly band. And so let me find the page. This one I think would be great. I think it's a bit too short to go lengthwise. I mean, obviously I could put it on another cardstock and then just have this in the middle. But I don't like this image being sideways. So what I think I will do is just trim this a little bit here and even a tiny bit here. So I will just go ahead and do that. Okay, I've trimmed it a little bit and I have inked it up already, and now I'm just going to use my 3-in-1 glue and glue both sides. I'm kind of trying to center it. It doesn't really matter if it's really in the center, but I am checking that it's straight, which is easy because I have the lines here. And I didn't really want to do anything to the background because I really like the page as it is. I love this stamp here. So I don't really want to cover that up. But the question, of course, is what do we put in this belly band now? So let me think about that. So we had this journaling card, right? And I mean, that would fit in there really nicely. I mean, I actually love it like this, just like this. So I think we're good to go. That's number 2. No, we can't do that. That is too simple, isn't it? But I really love this combination. It's very sweet. But I was also thinking, maybe there's another one. Oh, we could try this one too. I wanted something a little bigger. Let's see. Oh, this one might be too big. Yeah, just a tiny bit too big. I could definitely cut this. But why would I have both of these? I don't know. All right, let me just cut this a little bit and then see what that looks like. So I will just take my trim and scoreboard. I will link this below. So I think that might do it already. Yep. Beautiful. No? Oh, I love that. I love that. Or do we do a blue and a pink? Because I think I remember seeing another blue nice one in here. Yeah, like this one, for example. That's cute. So let me take that out. That, of course, is too big as well. But I don't want to cut it up if I don't know that I'm actually going to use it. How do these look together? No, I like the pink and pink. What a surprise. I always love the pink. Okay, so I want to use both. I really like how they look in there together. So I'm thinking it cannot hurt to round the corners and ink them up, right? That can never hurt. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. I really love the way it looks already. I'm happy with it just this way. I don't need anything else. But I can't do that. They need a purpose, right? It's not, we can't just have it be pretty. So I need to think about this. Okay, I have an idea for one of the cards. There was a prompt from Maud and it was number 52. Yep, 52 it is. Which says, fill a whole page with vintage or modern postage stamps that are not your favorite, but in your favorite color. So I have a whole book of postage stamps. And so I will fill one of these cards with these stamps. That should be fun. So do I do the small one or the big one? I think I'll do the small one. All right, so this is my book with postage stamps. I got this book at my local flea market and I love it a lot. And so I am going to choose some of these stamps. And my favorite color is pink, so that's what I'm going for. These are still the shilling postage stamps that we had before we switched to the euro. So that's kind of fun to have in my journal. I guess this one's kind of pink. Yeah, why not? This one I guess would count, yeah. Yeah, it's pink. A Greek one, I think. It's pink and it has a dragonfly. I kind of want to hoard it, but I should use it, right? I shouldn't just hoard it. I mean, I have another one here. This one. Maybe I could use this one and hoard this one for a little longer. Yeah, I think I'll do that. This is another one from Vietnam. It's pink and I've hoarded this for a while. I think it's very cute. Yeah, I'll use it. A fierce tiger, if you can see that. And there's a tiny horse. I think that's pretty much all that there's room for, actually. Let me see how far we'll get with these. Otherwise, I think I can find some more. Let me zoom you in a little bit. All right, let's play around with the composition a little bit. I think this one needs to be kind of like my centerpiece. Okay, looks like we'll need something else for up there. This one here is kind of a fun one, huh? Let's see what that would look like. Now maybe we can fit this little horse. All right, how about something like that? That would work, huh? I like that. All right, let me glue everything down and I will show you what it looks like then. So this is what it looks like after everything is glued down, and I really love it. I would have never done this if it wasn't for Maud's prompts. This is so cute. Love it, love it, love it. And on the back or the front, however you want to see it, I will just glue the prompt, which I've just cut a little smaller and inked. Just do that. And then we can put it back in our journal in the tuck spot. Do we put it in like this? No, I actually like it like this better. For this one, I think I found a prompt as well, which is number 68. If I can find it now. There we go. Which is make a window in a page using acetate or vellum. So why don't we try to do that with this card, which I now lost. Here it is. Okay. So what I'm thinking is, we have this beautiful image right here, which could be behind the window. So let's take this out. So that could be here. And then we need to make a window. So let me find something with which we could do that. How exciting! I found this piece of vellum, which is big enough. So I think I'm going to cut the vellum the same size as this picture. All right, let me do that. All right, these are now pretty much the same size. And now I'm thinking a window has a frame, right? And so we need to make a frame. So in this book, we have this here. And I kind of think it would be nice to have like pink on pink. So this is big enough. So let me first take this out to make it easier. I'm thinking the frame needs to be the same size as the window, I guess. So I'm gonna mark where my corners are and start by trimming that. So all three pieces are pretty much the same size. And I'm just going to do a simple frame, one square. So now I of course need to cut out the middle. So I'm going to measure half a centimeter from each side as a border. And then I'm gonna try to cut this out with my Stanley knife. Yay, we have a frame. Haha. All right, let's ink this baby up. So let's glue this frame onto our vellum. Perfect. And finally, I want this to be able to open so that you can actually see the image. So I'm going to maybe score this. I don't know if this is going to work, to be honest. So I'm gonna score it right along the edge here without tearing it, hopefully. Just so that it helps it bend it a little easier. All right, let me just ink this one up as well. And then let's glue this part onto the picture. All right, we have a window. Does it need a, like a, I was gonna say doorknob, window knob, what do you call it? A window opener, a handle. Does it need a handle? Of course, we could just put a brad here, right? So I actually found this tiny one, which is from a Happy Mail. So this is perfect. I'm going to just make a hole into the frame approximately in the middle. Isn't that cute? I love it. All right, and this will now just be glued onto the card. This is fun. Ha, I love it. Now we could put this prompt maybe down here somewhere. So I will just make it shorter. Et voila, it's done. I would have never come up with this, so thank you again, Maud, for providing such amazing inspiration. This is so fun. So let's put this into our belly band. So cool, 2 prompts on 1 page. That's awesome. There we go. So that's page number 2. I would say that completes my part of the challenge. I've made more than 3 elements for my journal. So be sure to go check out Elaine's video linked below. I can't wait to see what she's done with the same papers. And yeah, if you enjoyed this kind of video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, if you want to see more. So play around with your ephemera and your papers. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.